check, 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 check. Sound check. Sound check. Check, check, check. Show controls. Copy video URL, inspect element. Check, check, check. I do not understand why it's in reverse. Okay, we can probably adjust that.
Why is it broadcasting? This is broadcasting in reverse?
No, he sees it normal. I can't explain it.
Yeah, I think I was seeing it normal too.
When you go to full screen, it'll show it normally.
Oh, here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So you want us to turn that down?
What it's probably trying to do is when you look at it, you see you there, you see you there. It's probably trying to show you.
Yeah, showing us the exact what we're
exactly doing. Yeah, what you're doing.
Or like that's how think like news station green screen sort of weather guy. Mm-hmm. He's looking at himself in the reverse, so he can point at the right area, so he can do everything the right
so
way.
It's not like
exactly.
Yeah, that's probably what it's doing.
Well, he can't look behind him.
Yeah, he can't.
Because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the E's over here, the S's over here. Yeah. I don't have to think about the reverse.
Yeah, because when you look at it,
in
reverse. We were all worried it was in reverse. It's just trying to help.
No, I knew it was on purpose. I just don't.
So if you hit all those add when you talk.
Check, check. It's not going red, but I don't see. In order to adjust this, I'm going to have to go here. Recording devices.
You got to adjust the main volume.
Yeah. Check it. Fine.
So really you want the volume over there to be about 50% or lower and for it to be good sound. So if you want to just check.
Oh yeah, you're like 25%, you were loud.
So I pulled it down some. Oh wait, maybe that. Check. I'm thinking that's volume out here. Because we still, even if we have an interview, I feel like we need to have, we'll put this screen here so that we get the mic coming out here because it's got to get into here. So if we had a guest on, right?
If we were going to hang out with a guest.
How do we get the audio here? Because right now the audio here is coming not from there. It's coming from here. So we've actually got to still connect another microphone onto the speaker.
Oh, from the mixing board. How many channels do I know? Oh,
and we got two more, yeah. So we're good shape.
Yeah, I go cat. That news got one for two.
Cool.
Blank stare.
No, the blank stare.
I was even picked up on the mic, so I don't know what that means.
When you were standing here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. That's normal.
Also, definitely need to turn that down because I can't see you. Couldn't see it at all.
Well, you see him.
Just so like an outline.
I know that's Charles. I think we usually do like 25. That still looks bright. Oh, you know what? I usually don't mess with brightness. I mess with backlight. Yeah, backlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check, 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 check. Good. We got plenty of time. Is it a long article? Normal.
He only got 5 points. 6 points.
Much better. Now you got light coming down on you rather than
From behind you.
Mike, check 1 2 1 2.
That's right.
How do I sound? Blum 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 blum. Are you listening now?
I'm listening now.
Blum 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 blum.
Blum. Blum.
Mic check. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 11 12.
it's still here. I'm not here.
All right. We're ready for balance check.
I need to video record it, right?
Yes, please. Although we have it here. Well, I think I forgot to record the last balance check, which is really weird because it's the purpose of it.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Balance check. 1 2.
Balance check. SEO podcast 294. Sound check, man. See what we have in store. We talking SEO. Please pay attention. Turn the volume up, man. Sit back and listen. Nothing matters but results. That's why we change. SEO podcast. Turn it up, man. Hold up.
Boom. 294.
Let's get it. Let's get it. I think we ready.
That's awesome.
I figured Chris's office.
Oh yeah, go ahead and go turn that off. That's something. And then we'll get started.
About that.
Yeah, we'll record that too. He's just gonna turn that audio down. Yeah, we still need video.
Well, please. Okay.
You wrote that yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because I didn't see the reviews. Okay, that was from last time. That question.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. Hopefully we have no problems with anything.
Yeah, we sure gonna see. And this is saving.
Yeah, automatically. Yeah, when you YouTube Live, when it's done, it processes.
I wonder if we can go back and edit the previous.
We should be able to pull out stuff and then delete stuff.
Okay.
I think we can, and I think it's pretty easy.
Out.
Yeah. The worst comes to worst, we could pull it down. That's fairly easy to do.
All right, we in the game, Coach.
Hi, and welcome to the SEO podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing. My name is Chris Burris, owner of eWeb Results.
I am Charles Lewis, your client results advocate.
Welcome back to another fun-filled edition of our podcast. This is podcast number 294. As always, we have a tip from our previous podcast, and that tip can be found right here. That tip is use paid social media marketing to increase post engagement.
Yeah, use paid social media marketing. And what that really means is spend money, right? Especially when you write a post and you put some time into that post where you have great content, maybe some videos, some supporting images, some bullet points, some outbound links, and all type of things that's necessary for a good post. You want to go viral and maybe you lack the audience.
Right.
Pay for it. Sponsored tweets, boosted posts, sponsored IG posts, and things like that to help really drive some traction for that article.
Absolutely. So that is our tip from podcast number 293. I think we went over our 15-second target.
Probably did.
That time. We're going to...
yeah, I didn't time myself.
Yeah, we're working on making sure that tip can get put onto Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Which has a 15-second limit. So So this is kind of exciting. You guys can follow along with us as we get better at that. Please remember, we are broadcasting from Houston, Texas, and we are your friendly local neighborhood top position snatchers. And our mantra is,
don't be a douche.
Today we have an article we're talking about. What are we talking about today?
Man, so I want to give a quick punch in the face to Marcus Miller. He posted an article on Search Engine Land, Know Thy Enemy. Right, local SEO and the art of war. Kind of cool. It took the book of the art of war, took 5 concepts out of there, compared it to local SEO.
Right.
So great article. We'll dive into that in a minute.
Okay, excellent. Hey, if you're in a position to have some sort of electronic device, go ahead and tweet now. Chuck, what should they tweet?
Well, first, make sure you tweet us at eWebResults, at Best SEO Podcast, and tweet us using hashtag SEO Podcast. This is number 294, and that way we can follow you back and do all of our social networking stuff.
All right, you may be noticing something different because that picture quality is pretty amazing. Yeah, you can see that blemish that I have here, the little, So you got to get used to that. We're actually, instead of broadcasting using Ustream, we're broadcasting using Google Hangouts Live. So it's pretty exciting. That goes directly into YouTube. We were moving in this direction forever and a day. Thanks.
So give us some feedback.
Yeah.
Those who happen to watch this one, SEO Podcast 294, whenever you get to 294, which will probably be in a week sometime. Right. Hit us up if you watched it. And tell us what you think.
We are getting caught up. Like we've been saying, we're getting caught up for over a year. We actually have staff members and, punch in the face to David Arms. He's our results manager, and he's getting things done. So punch in the face to him. Normally, if you've listened to this podcast never before, howdy.
Huh? Oh, if you listen to the podcast never before.
So it's going down a path, and then I decided to change it, and the word never caused the diversion the best. Let's start that again.
I'm like, man, that's awesome.
All right. Hey, if you've never listened to this
for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, if this is the first time you've ever listened to this podcast, you may be a little bit confused, but let us just say howdy. Welcome to the podcast. If you listened to this podcast before,
you already know what's up.
You know what's up. Hey, you see the tattoo, the tear tattoo. We did not get a review, and we're running a fun little game that if we get a review and we get more than 10 likes, follows, shares, whatever, although we're not really tracking shares on any one of our social platforms, then we'll skip this next section. You notice the tear tattoo because we didn't get a review, so we're not skipping that section. We're going to ask you, if you've listened to this podcast before or if you're enjoying it, to do one of a couple of things. Very simply, to leave us a review. You can leave us a review, and the first and foremost, leave it at G+, Local, actually, which is Google My Business now. And we've made it really easy for you to get to that page. To get to that page, all you need to do is go to ewebresults.com/Google Plus or /Google Plus or /G Plus or /G Plus. All of those will take you to our Google My Business page. And
take it to our Google Local page.
2 things there they should do. Right?
First off, put us in a circle, right? That way you can share some content with us. We can share some content with you. More importantly, leave us a review. Hopefully that review is 5 stars. And that way we will so appreciate it and give you a punch in the face live on the air.
And we will actually, read your review on the air. The next has 3 simple steps. Go on to iTunes, create an account, write a review. If you choose to, send us an email,
podcast@eWebResults.com.
We should have like a quarter jar just for over the next couple of months. We did just change our name from eWebStyle to eWebResults because nothing matters except
results.
Exactly. Next, you could leave us a review on our Facebook page. We have a new Facebook page. It's facebook.com/eWebResults. And if you go there, there's a review thing, and you can write a review, and hopefully you'll make that 5 stars. Next, we'll talk about that. And then finally, we'd really love it. Actually, I should have started it with this one. Go to our Stitcher page. We still need a little boost there. We got a little bad press in the beginning because the feed wasn't working. It was our fault. It just wasn't indicative of the quality of our podcast. The best way to get to our Stitcher page.
Indicative.
Yeah. The best way to get to our to our Stitcher page is actually go to our website, ewebresults.com, and then I think they have to go into one more page, right? Click any link, and it's in the sidebar. And that one, hopefully, you can leave us a 5-star review. All right. Say, hey, if you're a PHP guru, genius with WordPress,
Word praise.
WordPress. Yeah, that's the
word praise is
WordPress is the religious version of WordPress. So I once it's interesting. There's I just made me think of this. There's a company that I know of. I won't even say what city they're in because it might be too divulged too much information. Who created a new content management system, and their goal was to become the WordPress for not-for-profits. And when this was described to me, I immediately said, well, isn't WordPress the WordPress for not-for-profits? It's free.
Yeah, like you can't beat,
free. So anyway, so it's not WordPress, it's WordPress. If you're a WordPress genius, PHP guru, give us a call. We're probably looking for you, 713-510-7846. Leave an audio resume. I did check that number, so that is working. We do have a free website analysis, and you can get it on our homepage, ewebresults.com. And now, time for the favorite segment of the podcast, the algorithm cataclysm. I think that worked better in YouTube Live.
You think so?
Yeah.
Possibly. It should.
Well, there's more detail, so yeah. We think there's more detail.
So, man, huge cataclysm today. So, first off, two things.
Okay.
One, Google confirmed that the real-time Penguin algorithm is coming soon. They said this version of the Penguin algorithm will be real-time. At least that's the goal. This means that as soon as Google discovers that a link is removed or disavowed, the Penguin algorithm will process it in real time.
Wow.
Which means you should be able to recover from this penalty pretty quickly.
Yep.
Also means, ironically, you can get penalized pretty quickly.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Bro, so, I mean, literally right now, if you want to disavow links, you got to submit the long form and go through the process and then wait.
Yep.
And then wait for a refresh or something like that for that to be actually approved. So now they're talking about doing it in real time.
That's awesome.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Second one, it will likely affect mostly WordPress sites, I'm assuming, is a new algorithm change, brand new one, not Penguin, not Panda, not MobileGator, not any of that. Aggressively targeting hacked spam. Hacked spam is the name of this one. They say it may impact 5% of queries. You know what that means?
Yeah.
It means probably
25.
one now, but in about a year, 100%.
So hack spam.
Hack spam. So sites that have hacked content that's showing up in search results.
Yeah.
They're adjusting that algorithm to go and remove all of that kind of stuff. So I think that's good and bad, right? Good from a perspective that, clean up the search results, get all that hack stuff out of there. The bad part is going to be for those sites who don't know they're hacked.
Yeah.
Right?
They're gonna,
traffic going to go down some. And so, check your webmaster tools if you've been hacked and clean your site up.
All right,
that's my algo cat.
That's the algorithm cataclysm. All right, I have a little bit of news here. Mm-hmm. Or did you want to do a patif?
I got a patif.
Let's do a patif.
Man, this punch in the face goes to man Wallace Bailey. Hit us up on Twitter. He at Gator Family BJJ. He had hashtag punch in the face at eWebstyle Podcast. Hilarious content field show hashtag SEO.
Boom. That's what's
up, Mr. Bailey. Punch in the face.
I'm going to have half of this tattoo removed just because of that.
Because that's
I think that's
Twitter review.
That's a Twitter review. Yeah. I should have done that before I got the tattoo added. Because
a Twiview?
Triview.
A triview.
A triview. Too close to trivia, right? Because we are not trivial. Yo. All right. So this one was interesting. Facebook is testing reactions. Remember, it was like 3 podcasts ago they were going to come with the dislike button, right? And you were like, no, you should not give me that power, right? So now they're giving you a broader range of power. So it's a little bit of emoticons that you can put next to it, and like angry. It had like an angry face,
and they're animated.
Yeah. And they're testing that in Spain and Ireland right now. The next piece of news, this is pretty cool. I actually got to broadcast as a follow-up broadcast to the Microsoft. They made a whole bunch of huge announcements on Tuesday. The broadcast feed that they had was coming live out in New York. We watched it, and then we got on air and started interviewing people in the Woodlands Mall, which is a mall that's up north. And so we got the follow-up on that Microsoft event. It was pretty entertaining because my co-host actually headed down to the Apple store, grabbed some kids who were coming out of the Apple store, Hugo and Chelsea, and came back
to the Microsoft
store. And we told them, well, first they shared with us that their iPhone's not working and there was a 3-hour wait. And then we shared them all the announcements. The new, what is it called? The Surface Book right?
Mhm.
So MacBook, Surface Book, pretty phenomenal device. It looks pretty awesome. Yeah, I would like to have one of those. And it was a great event. You can actually go check that out at Up Social Live. You can see that feed there. A 3D printed heart helps a surgery of, I think it was a 5-year-old. And when I first read this, it was like, are they already printing because you know the goal is to be able to print organic tissue that can be replaced, right? So print a new heart, stick heart in, same, genetic material, like that's the goal. I was like, are they doing that already? No. What they did is they printed the heart, and by having a physical mock-up, a model of this particular child's heart, they were able to realize that they should get to the damage, the surgical area, a different way, and they said it saved them like 2 hours. Because they actually had the mock-up of the heart. So that was pretty cool. And this is really big news for me. My mom actually wants a smartphone. She called yesterday, left a message. She was like, so I need to talk to you about phones. And I'm like, she's been on literally a pay per year package for the last 10 years. She's like, I get 40 minutes a year. Somehow I have 400 minutes. No, she gets 400 minutes a year. I have 4,000 minutes. I don't know how long I've had the phone. She hadn't thought about it, right? That's 10 years. The math is pretty easy. Yeah. So she hasn't even used, that's what she has stored up. So, but she said she was in the doctor's office. She was all mad. They don't even have magazines in there. What? So everybody's on their smartphone. What kind of smartphone should I get? And frankly, I'm probably going to send her to Apple just because, we'll see. We'll talk.
Well, Android is definitely going to have an easier learning curve.
Yeah. Apple, you mean, or Android?
I said Android.
You think Android has an easier learning curve? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll convince her. I don't know. Some other people have convinced her Apple, and it's when you really start digging into the changes that that you can do on the Android that you realize it can be more complex, but she will never do any of that. So, very good point. Normally, this is the part where I scroll down and I read a review, but there's like no review. All right. What you got?
The only news I have was that Google, for the first time, announced that it was seeing more search activity on mobile than desktop.
Wow.
Globally.
Wow. That's big.
That's huge.
That's big. And we know it's still very industry specific. I was just chatting with one of our guys today, and I was like, so how much of their search is mobile? And he's like, oh, like 50%. I was like, I didn't think so. Yeah. I forget what client it was. And so I pulled it up, and it was like, it was a quarter was mobile, and 3/4 was desktop. Mm-hmm. But I'm imagining like restaurant search.
Yeah, you think about mobile. All local searches are 50% mobile.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
And so that's enough of it right there. Yeah. just local searches, and so it's not surprising statistic at all.
Yep.
Kind of expected.
Cool. That is the potatoes of our podcast. It is now time to get into the meat of the podcast.
Awesome, man. So again, punch in the face to Marcus Miller and the good folks over at Search Engine Land. He posted this article, Know Thy Enemy, Local SEO and the Art of War. Really just, taking the Art of War, famous book by, I forgot the guy's name. Suzanne.
That sounds right. Sounds good.
Famous author. Anyway, the book talks about, just different methods of military general and war. And so Marcus pulled 5 different kind of points out of that book and compared it to how you could do your local SEO. It was a stretch. He made it work, and I liked it. So let's dig in.
Here we go.
Number 1, he says the strategy, right? He goes on to say that ensure your strategy is clearly defined, right? Are you a low cost and define yourself by price, or do you differentiate in some other way so that customers will pay a premium for your offering? He also says that being there is not enough. Be different or have a better offer. And what he's saying is make sure you understand what your strategy is. How do you intend to market? What is your selling point? You must understand that. What I wanted to add is that your strategy should complement your sales funnel. And so depending on your sales process, right, do you need to send people a form first, and then after they fill out the form, then you kind of generate some numbers, and then you contact them, and then there's a quote, and then there's a proposal, and then a signed agreement, or whatever your sales funnel is, your strategy should complement that. Your strategy should also, I added this also, your strategy should also be understood by all parties on your team. right? So from your customer service team to your sales team to whoever is doing your technical support to your C-level execs to even the people you got on the ground. Like everyone should have a somewhat fair understanding of what the strategy is. So that way, in case they're ever positioned with any sort of information, they're in the right position to act accordingly. And they stay on the same playing field with the rest of the team. Last thing you want is some rogue employee out tweeting or doing some other stuff that's really not part of the strategy. And so make sure everybody on the team understands the strategy, and more importantly, make sure your strategy makes sense for your sales process for your company. Number two, after strategy, he says tactics. He goes on to say that tactics are where we must be most careful as marketers. He says it's too easy to follow a checklist of supposed best practices and believe that you're doing all you can. He's absolutely right. After you strategize, you must have the right tactics. What I said about tactics is really understand the tools that are necessary in order to accomplish that strategy. That's where your tactics come in. So maybe your tools, if this is internet marketing, where you're talking local SEO, and so your tools are things like Google My Business, like Bing Places, like Yelp, like City Search. Understand your tools. More importantly about those tools, understand the experience with them. Right? Are you familiar with those tools? Have you set up a Google My Business before? Have you operated in AdWords? Right? So understand what those tools are for your tactics, but be experienced with them. When you in the art of war, right? This is in practice. Right. This is war. Yeah. So this is literally, I don't have time to put a rookie out there. Right. You need to either hire an agency, hire someone internally, or take the steps so that your tactics can be executed the right way. Right. This isn't the time for mistakes at all. Number three. He says, check the battlefield, right? He says, I like this one. He says, did you notice the recent shift from a 7-pack to a 3-pack? We talked about that in some AlgoCat not too long ago. Yeah. He says, did you notice the removal and replacement and then the removal again of phone numbers from the local results?
And the replacement again.
Yeah, I did. Breezy did. And so that's the battlefield. Our battlefield is the search engine results page. And so you should be familiar with your battlefield. Right. Whatever it is. Your battlefield may not necessarily be the search engine results page. Your battlefield could be a Facebook wall. Right. And if that's it, then understand the dynamics of it. How fast it scrolls.
A Pinterest board. Collection board.
Right. Thank you. Just understanding your battlefield, where you're trying to get people at, where you're implementing this strategy at. Not only understand where it is, but get familiar with the usability of it. Right. How do people use this? Do they slide? Right. This is a mobile situation. Do they scroll? Do they click? Do they swipe? Do they watch? Right. Understand the usability and how people act on this battlefield, on your playing field. And so that way, the strategy you come up with, the tactics you use, can support your action on the battlefield. What you don't want to do is, to make this understandable, you don't want to get on Twitter and ask people to subscribe to you. Wrong tool, wrong battlefield. Right. That's just like going to YouTube and telling people to follow you
on Twitter.
Or
just follow. Wrong terminology.
Wrong terminology. Exactly. You don't want to get on Instagram and tell people to pin you. Yeah. Right. Just don't want to do that. Have a better understanding.
Definitely don't want to say that on Tinder.
Exactly.
Or you're supposed to say it on Tinder.
Don't use Tinder.
Don't use Tinder. There you go.
But the point is understand what the battlefield is and how people act in that specific area. So that way your strategy and your tactics can complement that. Number four. He says, know your enemy. This is an awesome one, Mark. He says, know your enemy. He says you must know your own strengths and the weaknesses of those in your competition. He's absolutely right. And we've preached this before and we won't stop now. Competitive analysis still works, right? And so understand what your competitors are doing. How social are they being? How are their site ranks? Who's linking to them? Right. What offers are they making, right? You may want to look at 5 or 6 competitors. And if 5 of them are offering free shipping, you should probably offer free shipping. That's
or
what
we'll pay you to ship, or
something. But you have, because he also said have a better offer. Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll pay you to ship. Yeah, who does that?
We'll ship it overnight for free instead of. You
have to do something. You got to up your ante. You have to make sure your strategy right? Your tactics that you're using on the battlefield of your choice is actually working.
Are competitive. Yeah.
Exactly. So the competitive analysis still works. Know what your enemy is doing. Know what they're successful at. Frankly, know what they're not good at, because what they're not good at maybe is an area you can really highlight in and excel yourself. Number 6, he says measurement. He goes on to say that we must measure the success of our marketing tactics to review the strength of our strategy and then iterate constantly. We've said it all the time. You don't want to shoot a shotgun and just fire off marketing dollars and seeing what sticks to the wall that works. No, you need to strategize, you need to implement, you need to test, you need to measure, A/B testing, everything from landing pages to AdWords to keywords to colors to buttons. And we got a client right now, we've tested so much. And the key is to mark up your analytics and take notes of what you're testing so you can actually rinse and repeat when you find out what works. Measurement is key to any war. And lastly, he says the supreme art of war. He says win the war without fighting, meaning you should craft marketing that does not feel like you're marketing. He's absolutely right. How do you do that? Be the expert. I wrote be consistent, be informative, be relevant. So that way when people are searching and they find you, they easily find what they're looking for. The experience they had is phenomenal. The information is relevant. And that way you've kind of won the war. You're actually marketing to them by just having the right information and being in the right position. That's the easiest way to win. That's the kind of the key to inbound marketing. Get people to come to you because you provided a great situation, a great environment, and great information.
Yep.
Man, so know thyself. Local SEO and the art of war. Man, punch in the face to you, Marcus Miller. Great article. We'll post
I like
this
the
later.
title too.
Yeah, great guy, great clickbait. Made me click.
Yeah. Know thyself.
Mm-hmm.
All right, very cool. All right, so do we have? I think we had some what news, right? There was.
I had no what.
There wasn't any what other than we don't have a review.
Yeah. What?
All right, so hey, if you're looking to grow your business with the largest, simplest marketing tool on the planet,
The internet.
call eWeb Results for increased revenue in your business. Give us a call at 713-592-6724. We just start with the free consultation and website analysis. If you have a client who is interested in SEO, you don't want to take care of them, or you just know somebody, send them our direction. Let us know you're sending them our direction. When they pay their bill, we will pay you. That's called our referral program. Please remember, we are filmed live at 5999 West 34th Street, Suite 106, Houston, Texas, 77092.
Go Astros.
Go Astros. The transcript and video of this podcast are available on our website. And again, our website is ewebresults.com. You have just listened and watched potentially the most popular internet marketing podcast on iTunes. You guys have made us the most popular. Thank you all. Right, thank you guys. Thank you from all across the world. Until the next podcast, my name is Chris Burris.
Charles Lewis.
Bye-bye for now.
All right.
And so we get a mouse over here. I saw that pretty quickly.
Oh, thought that was it there. It wasn't there.